Welcome everybody. This is the Black Powder Beginner, and we're here at the table, and today we're going to be making paper cartridges. And I gotta be 100% honest. I'm video's honesty ambassador. This took me, and this is 50. I believe this is 50. Well, yeah. Let's just call it 50, minus these in the middle. But these paper cartridges, excuse me, took me 12 hours to do. And I'm just gonna be honest, 12 hours. And let's not dump them all out, but I'm trying to pull one out for y'all to see. And that's because I've never made paper cartridges. Yesterday will be the very first time. And so I made the paper cartridge. I used a conical, a 357 conical bullet, and I'll show you them in a second. And actually I used two different types of paper, and I used two different types of powder. As you can see, I got my 777 here. I got the Pyrodex. I used two different types. So the top is Pyrodex. These three are Pyrodex. These two are 777, and the bottom's the 777. I left the space in the middle just to make sure that I knew what I was shooting. And so the Pyrodex, well, I'll say this first. And I use Cartridge kits, bullet lube. I dipped, as you can see with that. And if I can get this open, as you can see, still got a little bit in there. I'm gonna have to go get some more. Oh, I could have just screwed it on top. What am I thinking? Look at me. But anyway, so I used, and this box also came from Cartridge kits. The only problem is that there's a lot of space at the top, so I'm gonna cut a piece of cardboard to fit, and so it'll sit down, and it'll sit down snug, so then when I'm shaking them around, they don't fly all over the place out the box. But I got the box from Cartridge kits. I got the bullet lube from Cartridge kits on Etsy, and paper. So this is Shirley's Possibles, and so I also got, let me just say this. I also got the Guns of the West kit, paper cartridge kit, as you can see, 44, one for the Walker and Dragoon, and one for the regular 44 with the extra large charge. It came with papers, it came with everything you need, the glue. But what I found, and like I said, I'm an honesty ambassador. What I found is, to me, the paper, and this standard rolling paper that everybody else is using, except Shirley's Possibles that I found. But the paper is very thin. It's very thin. And I suppose it's supposed to be thin. It's a paper cartridge. Okay, you need to be able to get the flame through there and all that good stuff, but when making the paper cartridges, and I cut these wrong, and I had to, you're gonna see, that's what took me so long. I was trying to figure it out, but the difference is they have their own, Shirley's Possibles has their own paper, and it's pre-cut. It's pre-cut in these angles, and that's kind of odd to me, but I guess there's a reason for it. But if you can look, put it in the light, you can see the difference in the paper. This is cigarette paper. You can hear it. This kind of seems like thinner paper bag. It's like paper bag, but it's thinner than brown paper bag. But it's more sturdy. It just seems more sturdy to me when I'm doing everything that I'm doing. So, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I like them both, but I kind of prefer these a little bit better. And I'm gonna use both just so you can see what I'm talking about. And this is day number 2. So let me show you the conical that I'm using. And they're from Jefferson Arsenal. I found them online. These are the 44 caliber British Kerr conicals. And they're supposed to be able to fit any loading port for any 44. Unlike the Johnson & Dow where you have to modify and whatnot. So, but this is how they send it. The regular standard packaging for the mail, but when you cut all of that off and open it up, this is how you get to the conicals. And they have them in this tied bag. It's very period correct type. And there you go. There you go. Little grooves. Conical slightly healed. Round point. And they have the little thing here. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I definitely enjoyed it. Opening it up, it felt period correct. So let's get started. Powder measurer here. I'm going to do both 777. We'll do one 777 and we'll do one Pyrodex. So let's just do it like that. So I don't use a powder flask when I'm at home because I only have one powder flask, and that has my Schutzen in it, 3F. So I have to buy another powder flask. I'm cheap. I'm just gonna say it, I'm cheap. But it's off the table. And all right, let's get started. So, one more thing you're gonna need. And here it is. So, as you can see, this is the Walker one. It has the W on it. And so what we did though is these are all Walkers. Walkers and Dragoons. That's what I'm going to use them for. So I got this box for the rest of my 44s. So as you can see, brand new, has not been used. Powder funnel. But we're gonna measure out. I'm gonna show you a little something about this. So this is the extra large one. It's supposed to do, see, as you can see, XL. It's supposed to do 30 grains because the standard, what they say is the standard load is 25 grains. So, hey, we're gonna see what's what. And this is supposed to load up 30 grains. So, we get out our, and I know, everybody's seen a paper cartridge making video, and this is not the intent of that. The intent is to show how a newbie such as myself does this and how easy it is for you if you're a newbie like I am. How easy it is for you to just jump right in, because like I said, it took 12 hours to make these for me yesterday. And at the end of that 12 hours, I was spent. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Then I got up this morning and I said, well, let me just make a video. Let me make a video. So, see, I was using the glue stick. And it's the purple one. Some people are against the purple one, but it worked just fine for me. It wasn't that. It was trying to figure out how to place the paper, how to cut them. It was that type of thing. You know, putting the bullet into the paper envelope. Those types of things, you have to be very ginger with them. You have to be gingerly with it. And I got big monster hands, and I tend to go, bullet in a china shop. So I gotta kind of take it down a little bit. So like this, as you can see, there's the angles to it, which I don't fully understand why it's cut like this, but I'm gonna use the most even side for the base. And maybe roll it like this, or maybe I'll roll it like that. And I believe I roll it like that because this has like a concave type of edge to it. So I'm just gonna give that a shot. I'm just gonna do it like that. We'll just see what happens with it. So you just put the glue, and we're gonna see how these things fire when I go to the range tomorrow, but they say you're supposed to be kind of easy on the glue, and I'm just like, yo, let me just do how I'm gonna do and see. Wait, let me turn around. It's easier for me so I can make it as tight as possible. So, and then at first I was like, man, they're so uneven at the base, and I was just trying to make it so perfect. And no, it's not gonna be perfect. It's just not gonna be perfect. So they give you there's a groove right here. I can run my fingernail across it. And you're supposed to cut along the groove and not just, and that was something else. I needed a sharper knife, and we'll see and I tend to, when I'm turning it, I tend to ride out of the groove. So you gotta kind of keep it, you gotta kind of know where you're cutting. And Dustin Weininger says in his videos, hey, you don't have to pressure down in there to keep, but I feel like I do, because if I make it light, if I'm light with the pressure, then I'm gonna ride out of the groove, and it's gonna be uneven. So like you're seeing me cutting it, but is it cutting? No, because, and this is a new blade, and I just am not cutting it. You know, it's just not going. So I go forward and up. Now we're showing some cutting. There we go. Boy, oh boy, BPB, you gotta learn how to cut some paper. And it's gonna be, these flyers and all of that. So, okay. So now we got it cut on the groove. So that's gonna be the length of our paper cartridge for the max load of 30 grains, supposedly. So let's see. So now we got that, and we're gonna need a circle base of the same paper, because I just threw all the papers in here. And I said I'll figure it out in the morning, because I was tired. Sitting here at the table doing this for 12 hours. I mean, I started at 4 in the evening. By 2 in the morning, I was finishing up. So it wasn't exactly 12 hours, but it was pretty close. If we can get one there. Oh, there we are. There we are. So that goes there. And while we're rooting around, might as well get one of these, and you can see the difference in the size of the circle as well. There's a big difference in the size of the circle. So, okay, let's do this. So now there's different ways that people do this, and because the size of the circle is so big, I tend to take the glue up a little bit higher because there's a lot of paper to stick. So do that, the wide end, because I'm going to take it all the way in there. So, and that's something else I had to learn. You know, the pressure. It doesn't have to be so much pressure. And something else I tried to learn is I had a problem with getting them off the former. Maybe I used too much glue. I don't know, but I suppose that could be it. But I had an issue, and that's something else that took me a long time, because I had an issue taking it off the former. So I tried to use this to kind of, pull it out, but it just would not go. So as you can see, now here we are. It's gonna be a continuation of yesterday. I don't want to tear it up, but how do you get it off the former? And did I already bust it? Did I already bust it already? Let's see. And I'm pushing it all the way in. I'm putting force on it now. And no, it's on there. Yeah, well, so when this happens, because I suppose I used too much glue, and now it's kind of like glued on there. So when this happens, I tend to start over, because I'm not going to get it off in the right way. It's not going to be, unless it starts to dry maybe, and then as it starts to dry, it'll kind of loosen. And so we'll see. Nope. Turning it and playing with it and dancing with it, and I see today we're gonna have a continuation of last night, and I'm not gonna be sitting here. I got other stuff to do. I'm not gonna be sitting here for 1,000 years trying to play with this. So let's just And if you guys, and I'm going to post this. I'm going to post the mistakes, because this is, maybe I can get this off. And if, you guys out there see this and you say, well, I know what he did wrong, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments, because like I said, this is my second time. I have only been dealing with black powder this is my second month as a black powder enthusiast. So I'm still learning. So here we go. So let's try it with Dustin Weininger's paper. And I cut these at a bad angle. I don't know what I was thinking, but I cut these at a bad angle. But the paper side, that the regular paper edge, it's still square. So it's like, okay, I can do that. I can cut it at a bad angle because I can just cut that part off. You know, like, see? So I'm gonna take it easy on the glue this time. Or at least attempt to. Just pull a little. And we're gonna try to do this again. Okay, so that worked out for the most part. Let me get the slashing on this. Where's the... So I'm being quiet because I'm trying to concentrate, but I know it's not great to have dead air on a video like such as this, so let me just talk. Okay, so maybe... Okay, so maybe I was wrong. Oh, and it came right off. Okay, all right. I see. I think I know where I made my mistake at. I basically glued this paper to the former, and that's why it wouldn't come off. But it's just, it seems so much easier to do it like I'm doing it, even though, and because this circle is smaller than that one, I'm only going to take it a little bit. And I hope, oh, that's going to be too much. And that's the, dang it. And that's the secret to these glue sticks. See how much of that I used? I wasn't trying to use that much, but that's what came. Okay, let's do it like that. Big end, small end, small end. Okay, and then big end. Oh, okay, all right. I did it. We did it. So, all right, we did that. So I guess we can let this dry before we put powder in because it's gonna bust. It's gonna bust if you put powder in there and the glue is still wet and all that. But as you can see, it's ragged. It's a ragged edge. We're gonna see where it ends up next, but I'm gonna try another one with the thicker paper since I was talking so much smack about how much the bigger paper is better, the thicker paper is better. We're gonna try this again with the thicker paper. Now I'm not gonna sit here and prove myself wrong. I'm gonna prove myself right. So we're gonna see what happens. It was just like I said, that power in my hands got me putting it on there, and my tendency to be super liberal with the glue stick doesn't help. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm taking it easy this time. kinda. Okay. Oh, and I was doing that too last night. So I was supposed to do it like this, right? But I ended up putting the glue in the wrong spot. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it just you just do too much, and that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work either. Okay, so take two. Okay, well take three, and that's what happens. People, listen. You're trying so hard to do it right the first time, you tend to overthink it, and I'm not saying, you know, that I'm above the law when it comes to that. I'm a perfect example of overthinking and then making the simplest mistake, and then you're like, come on, what'd you do that for? Now, so let's try this again. Third time's the charm, people. Third time's the charm. That's how we gonna talk today. And that doesn't seem like enough glue to me. I'm looking at it and I'm like, where's the glue at? I don't see it. Do y'all see it? A little bit? Come on, bro. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing. Okay, that now. Oh baby, we're gonna see something now. This thing gonna be molded onto this thing by the time I get done fooling with it. I'm gonna have to take a coffee break after this. All right, just get it on and. Okay. Okay. Oh, see. That's all right, because that part is going to get cut off. So, the thing with the thicker paper, it's hard to, you can kind of see where the groove is, but oh yeah, I think I just jumped it. And I kind of just let my knife ride along it, but with the paper being so thick, it doesn't kind of let you jump the curb a little bit. All right, bro, get yourself off here. Stop playing with me. Oh. Starting to come apart. Yeah. I think we're gonna have another problem here. I think we're gonna have another problem here. Oh, nope. Okay. All right. Take it easy. Now the paper is still kind of, but the saving grace to that is, I'm gonna put some glue on the outside and kind of help it, but I'm gonna take it easy on it a little bit. Okay. I suppose. Okay, I'm not gonna fool with that. All right. Gonna do it just like we did the other one. Small end. And the paper is so thick and so big. See that? That's why I was doing it, because when I finished up last night, that's what I was doing. I was doing the thick papers, and I was doing it like that. I was doing it like this because the circle is so large. Damn it. And look at what we have here. Came off, but it's busted. See? You would not believe. Listen, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. You would not believe the pile that I had like this last night. And I'm doing the same thing I'm doing now. I'm like, oh, you going with this what we're gonna do? This what we're gonna do here? Okay, well, hey, I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna stop. I gotta learn. This is how we learn. This is how we learn. Now, meanwhile, I still got that one sitting over there. It should be pretty dry by now, but I don't care, because I'm gonna get the thick paper that I was bragging about in the beginning of this video. I'm gonna get that thick paper working, and it's gonna work, and I'm not gonna stop until it does. So if this is gonna end up being a 15-hour video of me messing up and messing up and messing up, then so be it. That's just what we're gonna do. So here we go again. So and maybe, no, that's not gonna work like that. It's gonna work like, maybe the concave side should be on the bottom. Maybe but I don't think so. I think it should be at the top. Because it's wider at the top than the bullet. It needs to be wider for the bullet. So let's try this again, people. And that's too much glue. Oh, maybe not. It's thicker paper. And that's, that's the thing about this stuff. It's trial and error. It's so much trial and error to this stuff. And you could easily get discouraged. And it's gonna like fold onto the thing. I'm gonna turn around. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do it like this, but I know that the glue is gonna contact the former and it's gonna stick. I'm basically putting it to the former. That's why I didn't even try to like make it pretty like the first one, because the glue is contacting the former right there. So it's gonna be round one all over again, but I'm gonna give this one a shot. Maybe I can avoid it. Trying not to take my finger off. Let's not have that. Trying to keep that knife in that. Yeah. Ragged, but it's okay. We're probably gonna have to move on to. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. We're getting there. It's kind of rough. It's kind of rough at the top, but I think we can get away with that. In any event, it ain't pretty, people. It ain't pretty at all. slide that back up there so we don't have I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of pressure. I just want it to snug in. There we go. Oh, hit the camera. Sorry. Hopefully I didn't mess it up, but now if we can just poke that out. Okay, all right. Well, if at first you don't succeed, there you go. All right, so let's go to loading this thing. Big side in. Set that down, and I use the funnel to put it in there, so I might as well just put it back in there. Boom. And so this is a powder measure. So we're gonna do Pyrex. And what I found is I try to keep it from spilling everywhere. I do a lot of tapping on it, just kind of giving it a little tap, a little tappy. Just, I'm just tapping it in, So, all right. Something I noticed, being brand new to this, is it looks full, right? So I start doing like this and tapping some more. It doesn't look as full as it was. Maybe it's because I'm just knocking some out, and this is supposed to be 30 grains. 30 grains. So, I had this set for last night. Okay, so let me just not be prepared and just do this here. And you just stay there and don't fall over. So, powder measure. And I don't really know how to use a powder measure, to be honest, but I figure the lines are fives and the numbers are the numbers. So if I'm on the 3, that should be 30 grains. And I'm pretty square. Oh, no. I'm pretty square on the 3. So let's give it a shot. We're gonna see what this if this. Well, you know what? Let me be a professional and freehand this. Just gonna put that on down in there, buddy. Get on in there. Oh, see? So unless I'm not doing the powder measure right, or maybe I thought it was supposed to be 30 grains and it's only supposed to be, but it's supposed to be like 35 grains. But yeah, there's still more in there. It's a little bit. So maybe it was supposed to be 35 grains, he said, and for the large, because this seems like more than 30, so it's probably 35. Right? So let's see if I can hold this steady and turn the screw and just kind of slide it down on the line. And so now it's on the line. And we have minimal loss. It's all over the place, but it's not lost. And let's put it down in there. And yeah. So it's supposed to be, it's unless I'm just not using the powder measure right, which I'm probably not. I'm just gonna say that. That's 35, that's supposed to be 35 grains. Here, take a look. That's on the line. The line is right there. 3 in the line. And so, hey. So I guess it's supposed to be 35 grains and not 30 grains. In any event, we're gonna pour it down in there. And yeah, okay. All right, I'm getting better. 35 grains. It's got a nice drop to it. So we got some good lip to put a bullet in now. And so we're gonna, I don't know. Some of these I messed up and I'm gonna clean from last night, but I wanted a fresh one. So, and then you gotta put the glue on the bottom. And because my hands are so large, it's hard to do this. But there you go, and that's a bunch of glue everywhere. And it might not stick because it's too much glue. There's glue all in both glue grooves, and just, geez, what the hell was I doing? I'm just gonna slid it on in now. I put some muscle. Oh, it's crooked. It's crooked. Let's see if we can straighten that out. See how that looks, and just push it down in. So I can't remember what he called this, but it's a pretty handy tool. I mean, it'll kind of crimp. It'll do like a crimping type deal to it. But I had to learn about not pushing it so far down and making it so super hard crimped. So pop it up and boom. Yeah, there you go. Pretty tight. Okay. All right, so and with that being said, first time trying the Guns of the West, Dustin Weiniger paper and everything, and it works out just like it's supposed to. Meanwhile, using the thicker paper, it's been a disaster. So let's see if the rest of the process is better. Let's make this a win for everyone. Okay, you already starting to give me problems, I see. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think I'm gonna. All right, let me not obsess about how the lip is. Oop, oop. Let me just be nice and do this. Okay. So let's try it with the 777 now. 3FG 777 in the let's do the former. In the former slash powder measurer. And you know what I just thought of? There's probably, I'm sure there in black powder experienced guys and gals, please tell me. But I'm sure there's a difference in how the substitutes do versus the real black powder. So maybe that's why there's a slight discrepancy using the powder measure. You know, and maybe just how I pour, because as you can see that it's got some space. It's not flush with the top. And what I found is when I do flush to the top with with these other powder measures that's in this kit, it tends to be more than what it's supposed to be. And so it fills up and that's something else. Something else that I have to learn is checking my powder measure, because there's still powder in here from the other charge. So let's just set that to the side. Next time I do a Pyrodex envelope, I'll put it in here and then pour it in there. Well, we're just gonna have to trust that it's 35 or whatnot, and just pour it in there. And so last night, just to say this, last night I did not get my gun mat out. I didn't have paper towel, so I was just on the table. And when I got through, I had to basically scrub this table. It was glue and powder and paper and everything everywhere. So, and as you can see, it's quite a bit of space. I feel like I could pour a little bit more in. I want to pour a little bit more, but maybe I shouldn't tempt fate. Maybe I should just, yeah. Oh, you know what? Just a little. Okay. All right. Take it easy, buddy. Take it easy. Yeah, that's not gonna turn out well. I should have left it alone. Oh well. We're gonna try it anyway. Alright. Let's put some glue on this. And it's not gonna go up to that second lube groove. Lube groove. So I don't know, but I have to put some Spartan strength on this here. Up, see, you see how it just popped out? Because it's not enough. It's not enough space because I put too much powder in there. So now, and it's the same thing I encountered. So it kind of seems like that's the same thing I encountered. And I'm gonna have to clean this one off, but we're gonna do a new one after we take a little bit out of there. All right, that's probably gonna be a little bit better. So let's give it another shot. Boy, oh buddy, 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 buddy. I know that I'm probably putting entirely too much. It doesn't seem like it's a lot, but it kind of does. No. Yeah. So that's the secret. The secret, folks, is stop doing too much. And you'll be all right. Don't think about it too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. Now, see, I just told myself not to think about it too much. I had to push this entirely too far down in here. Now let's see if it actually comes out. Or am I going to have to take a jackhammer and get it out of the... Oh, wait. Okay. All right. Popped easy. Easy breezy. Slid on out. And it's a tad bit crooked. Oh yeah, that's crooked, bro. That is crooked. Okay. All right, that's, and it's not even, it's still kind of like loosey goosey. So we're gonna take it through the former again, or the crimper, or whatever the case may be, and I'm gonna put some black powder strength on here, and all right, let's see if it comes out. I don't know. Okay, okay, I like it. That's much better. That's much better. Okay. So there you have it. Let me just take a few more minutes of your time and show you how I lube my paper cartridges once I get done bumbling with them. So here we are at my kitchen coffee station, and after countless hours of doing paper cartridges, now it's time to lube them. And I dipped them in the lube, and so I decided to use my coffee maker as a heater to heat the lube, the bullet lube. And I just dip it in. When it comes out nice and coated.